Every sport has its rules. Many are written down.
It's a long fly ball.
Some simply implied. Mountain bike racing is no different.
That was proper, fast, big holes, like moto style.
And like the laws of physics, if you break these rules, you do so at your own risk.
Colorado. Yeah, we're going back to Aspen. There's nothing like being in your home country.
Rule number 101. Everybody loves a comeback.
Super excited / nervous again, because first race back. I was like, oh, here we go. And I'm gonna find out if I can ride a bike still. So Jared shows up. He's at race pace, and we're doing laps like we haven't really missed a beat.
Whether it's a return from injury or a return to form, few things in sport are as engaging as a good comeback story.
Last year, Aspen was riding well and hit him 5th, you know, kind of being right there.
There's no doubt it was the high point of my season in Aspen. You know, showed myself that I know what I'm capable of.
Put your hands together for Jared Chris.
Jared and I are just having a good time riding bikes and just kind of hungry as ever and ready for more.
Rule number 83. If you're gonna race, you might as well ride fast. Here in Colorado, donuts take priority to croissants. Steak is favored over pasta, and high altitude and high speed are both on the menu.
Colorado is kind of my home away from home. I'm really in tune with the style of riding there, and the more rough, high-speed, open, flowy trails, it's my cup of tea. It's what I've grown up on.
It's always great to be in Colorado. I think I've grown to like that kind of riding, and leading after day one, I was excited. I was fired up and felt ready, felt strong.
Yeah, I raced a Norwood downhill in Snowmass in 2006. And it was pretty wild to ride back down there on a trail bike.
Rule number 67. Everybody loves Sam Hill.
Sam Hill, no introduction needed. Sam Hill's a badass.
No intro needed is actually just another way of saying 3-time elite world downhill champion, recent convert to enduro racing, and now rolling into Colorado in 2nd in the EWS standings.
I like Sam. I think Sam's good for the sport. It seems like he's really enjoying it.
You know, in my eyes, he's probably the fastest rider of all time. And maybe not the most winningest, but I think he's got the most all-out speed that there's ever been. And then I'd be out riding and be like, I'll just try and beat him now.
If you follow racing with any seriousness, you too probably have your own favorite Sam Hill moment.
What's your favorite Sam Hill memory? First thing that always comes to mind is his race run at Val di Sole.
Val di Sole, he's world champs running Val di Sole. He's a guy that just probably pulled some of the most amazing downhill runs of all time, really.
He's a competitor, but he's also a hero and an icon, so it's really cool to just ride with him some of those days in the stages.
Well,
actually. I think my favorite memory is one mountain bike video. I think they're at some peaks and there's a huge gap.
You just watch him ride and just like, what the? Like, how's that even possible?
So inspiring to watch. Everyone wanted to ride like Sam Hill, but not many people can.
He elevated the game back then, for sure.
Rule number 27. Pedal choice is like underwear. It's a little personal. Conventional wisdom long ago dictated that riding clipped in was faster and more efficient. Except for one notable exception.
Seeing Sam on flat pedals, dragging the foot out.
Him on flat pedals, just insiding every corner.
He just makes it look like nothing and just totally rails a line that nobody else was on. Classic Sam Hill stuff, isn't it?
You can't deny his talent and what he's accomplished in the past, so if he's hungry, he's gonna be up there.
Super pumped about this season and being able to put all my attention into it and train the way I think I need to train to hopefully try and be the Enduro World Champion this year. So yeah, I'm really excited about racing.
Rule number 11. It's not all about the bike. But sometimes it is all about the suspension.
We changed up a lot of equipment on our race bikes this off-season. Almost got to choose what we wanted in a way, with all-lean suspension.
It's a coil boom now in the mountain bike world, and that was something we discussed together with Specialized. Maybe it's time to bring out the coil again.
I got wind that those guys are working on coil fork, and like my eyes lit up.
Curtis jumped on that, loved it from day one.
It's no secret that I love coil suspension. I think that's pretty clear now.
The only disciplines that we can relate to is actually motocross and maybe rally cars, as far as shock speeds and front fork speeds. Look, in the motocross industry, 2 years ago, everybody needed to go to air. Look now everybody's going back to coil. The difference between coil and air, it's like, gives you a different spring characteristic. Still have a nice plush feeling in the beginning of the stroke and still have that mid and end of the stroke support. With an air, you have to choose a little bit to get the right height and bottoming out resistance.
For enduro, especially just with the really long physical stages and stuff heating up, coil doesn't change air pressure or anything, or settings don't change due to product heating up.
The bike doesn't do anything weird. You just felt like you can just push it that much harder because it didn't really ever throw you off or do, kick you or anything.
It doesn't seem to hurt pedaling efficiency either. The only real downside's a bit of extra weight.
Whatever my bike weighs, 31 pounds, I just care about what it does doing this.
Look at me, for instance. I'm lazy. I would jump on my bike and have to go for a ride. I don't want to check any pressures or anything. I just want to go out and have some fun with my mates. Coil is a coil. It's what it is. It doesn't matter if you climb up to 11,000 feet or something. It's going to be the same. It's amazing.
Yeah! Whoa!
Rule number 8. You can't win a race on one corner, but you can lose it.
Coming to day 2 was a couple minutes into a 14-minute stage and got a flat. I was still trying to be positive after flatting and flipped over the bars, and bars are twisted, and I kind of like ended my weekend pretty much.
Overall, it was good, man. Kind of finished with a decent result. First race back. Humbled, excited, and happy to be back out there more than ever.
It was awesome to be on the podium again, especially when it's a true podium, only top 3, not the top 5 podium.
Rule number 3. When it comes to post-race rehydration, nothing does the trick quite like champagne.
I was loving the stages in practice and having a good time, and made it all that much better to actually get the win there.
And rule number 1? Well, this one you probably already know. The difference between you and the pros isn't actually all that much. They win, and they lose. They rail corners, and they crash. They just do it all better and faster than both you and me.